We can easily forgive a child who is afraid of the dark. The real tragedy of life is when men are afraid of the light. A good decision is based on knowledge and not on numbers. Thinking, the talking of the soul with itself. There is no harm in repeating a good thing. Truth is the beginning of every good to the gods, and of every good to man. Knowledge without justice ought to be called cunning rather than wisdom. The first and greatest victory is to conquer yourself. To be conquered by yourself is of all things most shameful and vile. Wealth and poverty, one is the parent of luxury and indolence, and the other of meanness and viciousness, and both of discontent. An empty vessel makes the loudest sound, so they that have the least wit are the greatest babblers. Opinion is the medium between knowledge and ignorance. If a man neglects education, he walks lame to the end of his life. All men are by nature equal, made all of the same earth by one workman. Books give a soul to the universe, wings to the mind, flight to the imagination, and life to everything. The measure of a man is what he does with power. The direction in which education starts a man will determine his future in life. Opinion is the medium between knowledge and ignorance. Wise men speak because they have something to say, fools because they have to say something. Do not train a child to learn by force or harshness, but direct them to it by what amuses their minds, so that you may be better able to discover with accuracy the peculiar bent of the genius of each. Bodily exercise, when compulsory, does no harm to the body, but knowledge which is acquired under compulsion obtains no hold on the mind. Ideas are the source of all things. When two friends, like you and me, are in the mood to chat, we have to go about it in a gentler and more dialectical way. By more dialectical, I mean not only that we give real responses, but that we base our responses solely on what the interlocutor admits that he himself knows. Knowledge becomes evil if the aim be not virtuous. A library of wisdom is more precious than all wealth, and all things that are desirable cannot be compared to it. Whoever therefore claims to be zealous of truth, of happiness, of wisdom or knowledge, must become a lover of books. No one is more hated than he who speaks the truth. And what, Socrates, is the food of the soul? Surely, I said, knowledge is the food of the soul. The untrained mind keeps up a running commentary, labeling everything, judging everything. Best to ignore that commentary. Don't argue or resist, just ignore. Deprived of attention and interest, this voice gets quieter and quieter. And eventually just shuts up. False words are not only evil in themselves, but they infect the soul with evil. Writing is the geometry of the soul. Necessity is the mother of invention. Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a harder battle. Every heart sings a song incomplete until another heart whispers back. We can easily forgive a child who is afraid of the dark. The real tragedy of life is when men are afraid of the light. Only the dead have seen the end of war. The heaviest penalty for declining to rule is to be ruled by someone inferior to yourself. I am the wisest man alive, for I know one thing, and that is that I know nothing. Never discourage anyone who continually makes progress, no matter how slow. Nothing can harm a good person, neither in life nor after death. Love is a serious mental disease. One of the penalties of refusing to participate in politics is that you end up being governed by your inferiors. Good people do not need laws to tell them to act responsibly, while bad people will find a way around the laws. The measure of a man is what he does with power. Ignorance is the root and stem of every evil. There is truth in wine and children. Those who tell the stories rule society. Human behavior flows from three main sources: desire, emotion, and knowledge. Education is teaching our children to desire the right things. There are three classes of men: lovers of wisdom, lovers of honor, and lovers of gain. Courage is knowing what not to fear. The best family is when the wife is blind and the husband is deaf. You should not honor men more than truth. Treat your parents as you would like your children to treat you. When men speak ill of thee, live so as nobody may believe them. An empty vessel makes the loudest sound, so those that have the least wit are the greatest babblers. The world is boring for boring people. Bad people live to eat and drink, virtuous people eat and drink in order to live. People are like dirt, they can either nourish you and help you grow as a person, or they can stunt your growth and make you wilt and die. Good actions give strength to ourselves and inspire good actions in others. There is in every one of us, even those who seem to be most moderate, a type of desire that is terrible, wild and lawless. Poets utter great and wise things which they do not themselves understand. Any man may easily do harm, but not every man can do good to another. False words are not only evil in themselves, but they infect the soul with evil. I will keep bringing similar videos, so if you are new, then subscribe to our channel and turn on bell notifications so that you can get notifications of every upcoming video. Heartfelt thanks from the Quotes Habit family for watching more such videos.